With youngsters, they certainly have difficulty in making choices. When faced with daily problems, I'm not talking about literacy and numeracy and academia, I'm talking about life skills. Litigation is rife. Unfortunately, youngsters believe that every event, someone's to blame. And usually with that comes a cash reward. So very often, they are brought up to find blame so that they can claim the money. Media pressure is huge for our youngsters. They are bombarded continually with every single thing of way to look, speak, and so on. But unfortunately, they don't know how to make the choices of whether or not they should follow them. And then, of course, we've got social media. Wonderful, fantastic side, but unfortunately a very dark side as well. And our youngsters, when they have been bullied or targeted, cannot go home and forget about it, because it's continually in their faces on Facebook. Here are some statistics that I'm just going to let run for you to read. Suicide is still the biggest killer of our young people. Unfortunately, our most recent one in Scotland was where a very talented young man was on Facebook thinking he was speaking to a new girlfriend on the other side of the world. He was asked to post some pictures of himself, which maybe weren't very nice. When he did this, he was then told it wasn't a woman or a lady on the other side of the world, it was a gang. And they were going to start blackmailing him. If he didn't pay up, they would tell his parents. This boy threw himself off the Portland Bridge. So, I have to ask, when are we going to look at this seriously in Rotary? When are we really going to start and do something about it? And this is where we look at what we have had in the past. When I first started doing this, President Kalyan, reach within to embrace humanity, all about peace beginning within ourselves. Peace through service, working with our communities, again, looking at peace within ourselves. Our Peace and Conflict Resolution Project makes the most of this. Now, most of you will have seen me talking before, and of course, we have a new logo, and this is where we are at the moment. It is an entirely completed now Rotary symbol. And there you can see it in its entirety. We have the Rotary wheel at the top with Rotarians. We have our Rotary Peace Fellows, who you're going to hear next. Very, very talented people across the world doing everything they can. But we feel that if we work together, we can do a lot more. The Rotary Action Group for Peace, which I am now proud to be part of, is also made up of a lot of our Peace Fellows who are trying to do so much in the world. And the third part of the triangle you will see is the Rotary Peace Advocate Programme. Now I've often stood up here and talked about Peace Jam, which was where we started 2 years ago. But we've now been able to make it completely Rotary. You'll see the person in the middle is our young people, who we're going to make leaders of the 21st century. Our Rotary Peace Advocate Programme came about after we did a full assessment of our 2 years project. We found that young people really wanted to take account of views and ideas, and they wanted to make the programme more fit for their purpose, because they see peace as really looking at sorting out conflict. We also spoke with Rotary Peace Fellows around the world, and they've helped to make our programme again fit for purpose. With Rotarians who now are starting to feel slightly more confident at delivering the programme. Peace Jam is a very good programme and is still very worthwhile, but at the moment it wasn't quite fit for our purpose in our country. So what we've tried to do is answer that need by putting together the Rotary Peace Advocate Programme. This is the strapline that we use. It's based on the UN General Assembly resolution, And through our program, this is what your young people can achieve. Our vision statement: we want Rotary International would like to recognise and help to develop the innate experience of young people, enable them to resolve conflict, and also empower them to become leaders in the 21st century. We are not the ones who are going to create peace. It's our young people who are going to do that. And we have a success criteria. We will know we've achieved that when we've got all young people feeling confident and skilled to take up and solve their conflict. And they will become part of the Rotary Peace Advocate Programme with relevant peace projects. This is what our programme consists of. You can see there 6 simple steps, but you can also see the word conflict appearing in many, many, many places. Because we're starting with peace from within. We're starting to help our youngsters develop and sort out the conflict within themselves, in their communities, most importantly, in their homes, because that's where a lot of conflict actually starts from. And then we move on to global conflict. So what can you do? Well, you can talk to your club about what you found out today. You can talk to your local secondary school or your youth group about conquering conflict. And I think you'll find that a lot of schools are very open to this discussion. You can get together with like-minded people and contact me. You might even be able to get a peace officer in your district if you don't already have one. Push hard to get one. And maybe even a peace officer in your club. Foundation does involve peace, and it does involve peace officers. As the Dalai Lama says, you know, the greatest obstacles to inner peace are disturbing emotions. And these are all things that are within us. It's conflict, it's stress-related problems that cause our youngsters so much angst. But if we can change this, then we can start a peace and happiness. Finally, as Rotarians, we must ensure that we work together. We have to pull together with our Rotary Peace Fellows and our young people. RI Peace Fellow Florian Yes, who I've worked a lot with in Mexico, says don't be afraid of conflict. It's always with us. It's there at certain times of our lives for everyone in this room. Transform it into success. Learn how to change it, and it will provide success. We've been very lucky in 1020. We're offering our first peace conference in Scotland, and it's at the Scottish Parliament building. We've got ministers, government ministers, education ministers coming to hear our young people talk about what they want in their lives and also what they want to be part of their education. As one of mine said, what's the point of being literate and numerate if you can't solve problems in daily life? And I think that's something we need to address, and I think more, it's something that the government needs to address. Rotary can lead the way in this. We've got 50,000 Rotarians in these islands. And if we work together and talk to our governments and let our young people talk to our governments, I think we can do it. If you're around on May the 10th and you just happen to be in Edinburgh, please feel free to come along. You have to register on site, but if you can contact me, I am more than happy to put your name forward, and it's free. So come and hear our young people. Here are Rotary Peace Fellows. We have 2 of them, one from Mexico and one from America, coming to tell the youngsters how they can do peace through music and art, but also looking at ways to conquer conflict and transform it into success. I'll be around for the rest of the weekend. You'll see me enjoying this wonderful conference, and hopefully you'll come up and have a chat with me and want to know more about this exciting initiative that Rotary International are putting forward. If you're in Sydney, we are doing a breakout session in Sydney on the Peace Programme as well.